window to his soul. It seems he takes his eyes closed from puffing on. That's what he's puffing on. His style is rough. He wears his hair in cornrows. His jeans hang loose and low, so it's oops, it can't be comfortable for me. He's gotta be comfortable.
Now she's the type that's compared to a rose that grew from the concrete. You know what I want? Sweet, you know, from the streets, yo. Now she's the opposite of me. Have you ever seen a lion sleep on the bosom of a sheep? It's beautiful.
Yes, they are, baby.
She's so
Picture this, his warm velvet voice on a cold winter's night. Sugar-free, bitter truth, building life from a flame so divine. Soul to soul, their flesh prays from a firm grip of onyx tenderness. He signed his name with a venom kiss upon a heart I never heard of such bliss.
Now she's the opposite. Such as a butterfly, he's a killer bee.
Yeah, she becomes a victim to his sting, and he's amazed by the colors of her wings.
His lad has left him with some scars, but she viewed them all as mere beauty lost. Moral of the story, plain as can be. He loved her cause he needed me.
You're my
What up, Dojo? So good, she's so beautiful. What up, though, this morning? You did? Gorgeous, baby, gorgeous. See, when I was in what people call a lower self, you dig? I used to consider myself a thug, you know. But that was another lifetime. Family, I had something, and I'm still going to extend that. But I want to take out a little trash this morning, you know. I've always groom our children to, when you wake up in the morning, do your cleaning. Get yourself together, get your house together before you do anything else. So this morning, before I get to anything, I want to take out a little trash first. Because this little trash, right, wants the attention. This little trash, I guess, is feeling a little lonely because ain't no spotlight pointed at her. Right? What's good, EG? So let me address this trash. Let me be the first one because I scanned them streets, right? I ain't see nobody live. I ain't see nobody at least on the same tip I'm on this morning. So I give a thumbs up, I give a like, I give a shout out to somebody who's a real demon for calling out another demon. Or should I say calling out demonic behavior, right? So let's get it. In a logical world with people that's not sick as you, when we don't care about something, we don't go looking for evidence about it. When we don't care about something, we don't even speak on it. Let me give you an example. Let's go back a couple weeks and let's see if King Curl spoke on anything ZX said. Let's go back and see if we spoke on anything Seven Deadly Sins said. Tyra said. You know why you won't hear Curl repeating nothing or looking for anything? Because King Curl genuinely don't give a damn what these people bring out their mouth. King Curl not sitting back waiting for proof that ZX really had an accident. King Curl ain't sitting back trying to figure out how he get his makeup on in an accident, on a hospital bed. No, I'm not looking for these things because I can give two shits about it. So when you come on here and you talking about how you don't care about something, but yet and still you looking for evidence, you looking for death records and all this shit, you sound how you look, a joke. You sound laughable. Because anybody with just a little bit of sense knows that you don't speak on things you don't care about. Like this fake war that's going on. King Curl probably said something about it earlier, and that's quit believing what you see on TV. See, I'm here next to Dearborn, y'all. I'm here where Palestinians and Israelites live hand in hand. And you know what I'm going to report to y'all? They're not going to war with each other over here. They're not trying to fight each other over here in Detroit. Y'all can look it up. A nice, fat society of Palestinians and Israelite or Israelis. No, y'all, ain't no bombing. Ain't nobody getting stumped. Ain't nobody getting their house burnt down. I'm here to report it to you if it was going. I wouldn't hide it. I wouldn't hide it. So we're going to talk about this matrix. We're going to talk about how we see things and think they're one thing, but it's really another thing. That was pretty much what the matrix was about. I kind of spoke on it very delicately on my last live or the one before that or the upload. I know it's been on my mind. So dig this here. Nobody has been saying anything negative. Let me show y'all how demons feed. Nobody has been paying Let's Get It no attention. Nobody has been feeding her any negativity. And she's literally jealous at the people that's receiving negativity, because when you sick and when you have nothing good in your heart, the only thing you feed off of is negativity. That's how demons feed. Now, she spoke on Noble. I want to talk about that a little bit. Being some type of cult follower. You know, some type of witch, warlock, if you will, because of his symbology. The symbols he used and the rhetoric he keeps up about keeping in contact with somebody that's passed dead. This is what she said. I didn't know anything about this. So she speak on his demonic behavior, but she's not speaking on her obvious demonic behavior, like it has a different name or something. So I want to point her out because there is a such thing. Out of all the treachery that this woman has in her heart and her mind, there was some truth to what she was saying. And remember, a lie is nothing without a little bit of truth or a lot of truth tied into it. So let's talk about what she said. She spoke on his rituals, his symbology. Okay, now let's speak on your behavior. Let's get it. Your behavior is no different than his symbology. You actually pay people to hurt people. You actually paid somebody to go stand because you got some type of love, Joan, for ZX, and ZX and Vic had a couple words. You actually paid somebody to go stand outside my goddaughter's house because of your fascination with ZX. And it's funny how you point out everything everybody else do, but you don't point out nothing he do. You know what that means? That means your opinion don't count. You don't call right for right and wrong for wrong unless it suits you. You're a whole joke out here. You're entertaining. You know why? You had nothing to care about when it came to the passing of RE, because your head is stuck up in ZX ass. And you know those two never seen eye to eye. At least they stopped seeing eye to eye some time ago. So listen, grandma, great-great-great-grandma. In a logical world, when you don't care about something, you don't run your dick suckers about it. How about that part? That get you a little hot up under the collar, make you a little hot and heated, little sexual feeling. When I say your dick eaters, you a sexual pervert out in this bitch. You flashing your nasty ass body to a camera. You licking out your vile, nasty serpent tongue. I guess you thought it was sexy or something, but it was really disgusting. When I seen what you was doing, I hurry up and flicked off it. I didn't even bother back giving it a thumbs down. You sick. With no help in sight. Hey, Cherie, how you doing, sweetheart? River Flow, what's good? My first time seeing you, River Flow. But greetings this morning. More than welcome. More than welcome to pull up a seat. So you come live and you spitting the same rhetoric everybody else spitting, but you don't care. How is that possible? If I didn't care about what you said, would I be sitting here talking about it right now? Chances are I wouldn't. But I told you, whenever your old battle cat faced ass get out of line, I'm going to put this knee on your neck. Whenever you get out of line, I'm going to put this knee on your neck. And you had the nerve to say, King Curl sent you nude pictures. Girl, truth be told, I wouldn't even wipe my ass with your face. It can have as much clout as Charmin. It can boast to be the softest thing on this earth. And I would still use the toilet tissue. You are scum. You want some attention? You want some negative attention? I'm your Huckleberry this morning. And it's going to be an overflow on your punk ass, old woman. Truth of the matter, you want to know how I feel about it? You know ain't nobody going to give a fuck if you die. So you like to put that negativity in the air because it's a projection on your old nasty stank ass. Waiting for you to step out of line. You can't just broadcast the news. You can't just, talk about it and keep it real. You want to throw stones like you actually got some fucking room to throw stones at somebody. Fake liars. That's you. That's you and the clique you run with. Of course you're going to think somebody running scams. You've been over there with one of the biggest scam runners on YouTube these last couple years. Of course you feeling like you're going to reap what you sowed because you've been doing this shit. That's why you're so convinced it's a scam. Paranoia. But if you had any fucking sense, old woman, all these years you've been living, if you had any sense, you would know that if anybody played with death and claiming or trying to scam off of it, you would know that they have to pay for that. Not you. And then you supposed to have all this money. What do you mean? What do you mean you couldn't take a hit like that? You've been donating to somebody that hates you for the last couple years. You fake ass old bat. You couldn't take a hit like what, Miss Money? You couldn't shoot a couple 50s, a couple $100 down? Hey, you spoke on it. You don't even supposed to care about the woman. What happens to her in life or death. But you spoke on it and said, well, I wasn't going to send nothing anyway, but because I couldn't take a hit like that. A hit like what? I thought you had it like that. Every near the first of the month, you always showing this money and dropping it out the air like you're not about to put all that shit on bills. Every month. Show us you got a little outfit. You done bought you a new little outfit to wheel around the house in. Yeah. What's good, Earth? Morning to you. My main thing is this. If you don't care, shut the fuck up. If you don't care about something, you don't make a 20-minute video about it. You don't make a 1-minute video about it when you don't care about something. And those of us, you spoke on common sense. Common sense is your enemy. Common sense is what tell us sensible folks that you should keep your goddamn mouth shut. Because you sound like a basket case. Every time you point the finger, you point forward yourself. You are the one around here taking pictures of back chats, trying to get close to people so that you can sabotage their channels. Anybody that's cool or ain't cool with ZX, or any female that's a little bit too close to CX, you gonna try to sabotage. You an old thought around this bitch. You looking for love. In all the wrong places. A whole joke. I'm gonna take out this trash, y'all, before I get my day started, because once I get finished taking out this trash, I'm not gonna speak on it no more. Because I truly understand what it means in some cases that old dogs can't learn new tricks. And she's an old dog. Not DAWG, DOG. She know her time's short. And she's doing what every demon around us do. Trying to pull us down with her. She come around you, don't even say it out loud. Rebuke her. Do it in your head. Do it in your head. I guarantee you she don't stick around for long. Why you think people cling to these people that don't mean nobody no good? They cling to them because birds of a feather flock together. Birds of a feather flock together. There's no way I can sit on this bitch and be arm in arm with people on here that I know knowingly have scammed people, have lied on people, have tried to destroy people's livelihood. There's no way in hell I can be cool with somebody like that. And it's just my POV. It's not happening. And anybody that is capable of that, I would proudly say you're a troll. Because that's what trolls would do. Cling. A demon cling to a bloodline because they know that certain senses is going to exist in that bloodline. And that's what a lot of these trolls that don't have no heart do. They cling to people like themselves. There's no way in hell I can befriend somebody like that. Now, if you're a person that make these threats, if you're a person that maybe scare a person or two, but not really actually trying to dig off into somebody's life, I'm all good with that. But if you're an actual piece of scum out here trying to take somebody's livelihood away in people's children's face because you don't have a good relationship or you had bad words with somebody on social media, you are scum. I'm just being honest with you. It's an app. I be on I be on because I made a mistake and allow these people to take my money, $23, $24 for YouTube. I be on YouTube all day, but I don't be up here soaking in negativity all day. There's plenty of things to do than soak up and talk about negativity. But some of these people on here can't talk unless they doing these things. See, the people I fluctuate with, we not just one way. We several different ways. We have several different avenues we can travel down. And if we talking stuff about awareness, we can care less whether we got 0 people in the chat or 100. But these niggas gotta have a crowd around. They gotta feel like they big shit. And I'm gonna tell you like this, it reflects on how you was raised. You was the motherfucker getting bullied. You was the little guy that got pushed around. You were the guy or the girl that the guys and the girls didn't pay no attention to. And because you had all this loneliness and spare time, you did good by yourself. Came up on a little change, learned a nice skill or two. See, you don't look at it as no blessing. You don't look at it as no blessing. You look at it as, these people did this to me when I was like this. I'm going to do this back. Then you ran into I would say a huge hunk of chocolate like myself, who looked like the football player that took your girl away from you. And you just automatically got some type of attitude about yourself when I'm around. Talk like them, act like them. You still beefing with motherfuckers that you had a hard time with in middle school and high school. And you take it out on everybody around you. You don't take it as no blessing that you still here. That you alive to see the fruition of the end of time in 3D, in HD. That don't mean nothing to you. Only thing that means something to you is feeling like you one of the big guys. You're part of the circle. You're a part of the clique. On this bitch looking for family. Telling you, a lot of you niggas dry snitch on yourself and don't even realize it. You tell people like me your whole life story and don't even realize it. Let's get it. Diva tomboyish. See, when I came up, I came up with the big dogs. All my boys was way older than me. I learned the game. I learned everything that you can learn bad. I learned the game. I know how this stuff played. I was that guy in jail that seen all them pretty little COs and pretty little deputies come through. I was the one appealing to them. I wasn't sticking my chest out trying to be big and tough, trying to see who had the biggest schwanker. I was that one not trying to get too comfortable because I knew this trip was going to be real short, because the second I get up out of here, I ain't coming back. I ain't coming back. Some niggas just don't get it and just won't get it. And we should understand that. We should understand that and run with it. Some people got it. Some people ain't never had their head bust. How about that part? Some people, every time they made a mistake, they had somebody to clean up the mistake. And whether y'all know it or not, we have stars amongst us. I keep on telling y'all, when the scriptures tell y'all the stars will fall, it's a prophecy. They're amongst us. It's millionaires amongst our little categories of people that we see every day on YouTube. And you wouldn't believe it. But it's true. And I'm not surprised by it, because I understand the scriptures different than a lot of people understand the difference. A lot of people interpret the scriptures in one way. I interpret them in 4 different ways, at least. See, we speaking about dimensions when we talk about scripture. We're not speaking about one way. Now, I talked about this matrix. Let's talk about some perverted stuff that be right in front of our face, and we don't have no clue that it's perverted. X-rated perverted. Y'all ever seen that 6-pointed star that's supposed to represent the Star of David? Yeah, let me do this. We're gonna put a little visual down because I want y'all to see this. And I want y'all to know this, and I want y'all to never forget this. This is the game being played on us. This is the witchcraft. Let's go here. Let's right here. Here, let me add y'all to it. You did? Y'all take y'all time out. Y'all could be doing anything y'all want to be doing, but y'all come holler at Curl. And I appreciate y'all for that. I appreciate y'all because I don't speak for myself in these manners. There's a force in me that want me to always do the opposite of what floats my boat. What I've been doing. Y'all see that? Okay, let me go here. Y'all see that? I stand with Israel. Y'all see that? This is Star David. This is what they call it. This they star. They can call it what they want to call it. It's their construct, right? But let me help y'all understand. It's probably one of the most perverted things you can have in your face and not even realize it. So when we look at this star, y'all, the only thing we're looking at is 2 triangles. That's it. We got 1 triangle pointed upward, and we got 1 triangle pointed downward. Family, these triangles represent the male and female anatomy. It represents the schnauzer and the pum pum. All through human history, y'all. Way before David was even born. So when you see these 2 triangles on top of each other like that, what you're witnessing is a porno scene. Yeah. What you're witnessing is the joining of a man and a woman. What do we call that, y'all? Call it sex, right? Call it, doing the damn thing, right? That's what this is. But you sit up here and you let somebody convince you this got something to do with God. This got something to do with the Bible. Let me show y'all another one. Show y'all another one. Show y'all another one. Now this right here, y'all, the 8-pointed star. Let's see. This is your 8-pointed star, y'all. Okay? Now, your 8-pointed star is just merely two squares on top of each other. Two squares. This family is another porno scene. All of these cults, all of these so-called religions are sex cults. All of them are motivated by sex. All of them motivated by sex. If you get off into Satan worship just a little bit, you'll come to the understanding that the most direct way to worship that devil is sodomy, boy on boy sex. That's why a lot of them do it. That's why you have to have that up under your belt to get any fame in this world. And a lot of them, they fall for the okie doke and think, that it's a guarantee when they take it that way. They automatically think it's a way in. No. You got to do these rituals annually. Annually. Yeah, it look like a square, look like a triangle, look like what they call a star. It is a star. It's what they call it. It's their construct. Is it the star that you see up in the sky? Hell no. You ever tried taking a telescope and looking at them? Or let's just say with the naked eye. Do it look like these things got 5 and 6 points on it, 8 points on it? Do it look like that? Absolutely not. Their construct, y'all. Shout out to Dane Calloway. Let me show y'all what he did. I'm gonna put his video up here. I did want to, let's see. Subscription, damn. This all set up different than what it was. Okay, I'm gonna have to find it. Dane Calloway did a video a few days ago. I think I posted it on my community wall, called The Creation of White and Black People. And it's a fascinating little video. It ain't long and drawn out. Fascinating little video, because you can see the creation of black and white had a beginning date, and that beginning date is in our recent past. We talking about as early as the early 1800s, late 1700s. So it's not back in those days where stuff was vaguely recorded. This is where things was recorded according to this nation that they started up in 1776, 1772, around that area. So it's very important to understand your past or the past, because they will just undo it and rewrite it. These people got that power. You see it's stories and videos on the internet that no longer exist on the video, because it's some people that just has that power. So, what we learned here today, y'all? We learned that in this matrix that people can say one thing and they be doing a totally different thing. Right in your face. They can say they don't mean something. They don't care about something. that they hate somebody, but they're talking about them all the time. Every time this person takes a breath, they know how deep it is. If you don't care about something, you don't spend no time talking about it. It don't even get presence in your voice. You wouldn't waste a second on elaborating on a second about the goings on if you don't care about it. And to me, that's just basic common sense. You know, the same common sense that this lady spoke on last night or whenever she spoke on it. Clearly, there's no filter to filter out unnecessary things before she bring them out her mouth. And once again, like I said, I got the information I needed from people that I trust. I can't speak on everybody else. People that has been pretty solid with me, offline and online. So my thing is this: if they tell me what it is and that's what it is, I'm going along with what they say. Do I hope it's not true? Yes, I hope it's not true. Because where I come from, we don't look at death as something we don't care about. Especially somebody we just into it with on a damn social site. We don't voice, we don't care, and we hope people die. We don't do that over here. Because we know when you dig that grave for the person you speaking on, you also digging that grave for yourself. And we ain't going to be guilty of that. It'll come quick enough. It'll come soon enough. If you ain't made it to be 500 years old, that's too soon. If you ain't made it to be 100 years old, it's too soon. Again, I like to point out how scientists still can't tell you, without using the Bible, why the human body ages and dies. Because it's made to rejuvenate, to re-energize, to heal. And I know a lot of people know this stuff already, but I'm going to keep on repeating it until people start acting like they know. I don't care nothing about this person and if they dead or alive, you know, but you talking about it. But you're talking about it. The little cat fight was going on the cruise. Did you hear King Curl talk about that? King Curl said, I'm looking for some entertainment other than senior citizens taking vacations. That's it. The King Curl, I laughed at my brother for a nice little while. Laughed with him. At him, I should say. Because he was very concerned about it. And I'm going to be honest with you. That's probably the least amount that I listened to my little bro since the Nature Boy thing. Because I was never interested in a Nature Boy shit. Never. I only became interested when I seen that real demonology was being enforced on here. And that's when people was getting into it with each other and calling people's parents, mothers and kids and things like that. That's when I started getting involved in YouTube. Because that's a sick act. Ain't nothing normal about that. Just like Let's Get It sending somebody to stand outside my goddaughter's house. You think that's normal? You're sick and you need some help. Because I promise y'all, I told y'all, I don't mess with no guns. I don't do none of that. In fact, you know, a few years back before my past caught up with me, I hurt my back. So, you know, I'm not a very agile man at this time. But I will dog walk a nigga come stand in front of my house, and that's legal, long as they doing it from the public sidewalk. But if I catch a man doing that at my house, there is no apologies. There is no apologies until you can understand how it feels. Now, once you see how it feels, then we can talk about apologies. Until then, I'm your huckleberry. I'm your huckleberry. Even with a hurt back, I don't need a weapon. I don't need no mace. I don't need none of that stuff. The only thing I'm going to need to know is why you here. And when you tell me it's about some YouTube stuff, when you tell me that you know me, when you say the wrong thing and I can tie you into YouTube, I'm going to dog walk you. I'm going to call the police. Vic already told you what's up with the police, right? I'm going to call the police. I'm going to let them know what's going on. And I'm going to politely grab you by your neck. And I'm going to walk you. I'm going to make sure it's recorded so that anybody else want to follow this train is always a load ready to go. No, I don't call no friends. I don't call my sons. I wouldn't have them ever get their hands dirty because somebody don't like what I said on YouTube. I would never disgrace myself by saying, sons, we got a problem or anything. They wouldn't know nothing about it. My son asked me the other day, say, Pops, you was crying? I said, when? On YouTube. I said, yeah. Say, what you was crying about? I said, well, you know, the brother I studied with, his mama passed away, and somebody that I've been, you know, frequenting and keeping in tabs with on YouTube passed away, you know, right behind each other. And, you know, he didn't know the brother I was studying with mama had passed. So when I told him that part, he automatically, you know, shook his head and, hey, give me brother Ross' number. Let me call him and check up on him. Woo, woo, woo. I wouldn't dare. And the whole time I'm dog walking you, I'm going to be rebuking that spirit that's inside you. I'm going to hit you with that baptism fist. Every time you get hit, one of them demons going to fade off of your ass. But I've always said, you know, Vic is a good guy. Ever since I known him. Never been a bad, you know, person in my eyes. You know, everybody got their flaws. Ain't nobody gonna be perfect. Everybody gonna have their flaws. But see, me and Vic is in entirely two different boats, and he will elaborate that to you. See, Vic accumulated his guns, his artillery, way before he got what he showed y'all recently. Vic left my house. Vic went over somewhere, moved way over deep west where he at now, and had ascertained about 3-4 guns. Fell on hard times, you know, got into it, found out the nigga he was renting, he was paying rent, didn't even own his place, and had to get up out of there. And I said, well, Vic, you know when you come here, you can't bring them guns with you, dog. well, what I'm going to do? I said, well, I got a few options. But 9 times out of 10, you know what I'm saying, I can't tell you what to do. I just can't bring him here. He eventually sold him. Sold him for almost nothing either. He had to get rid of him. He couldn't bring him here. And Vic since he met me, I've never been big on guns. I felt that it was like a honeypot. It was like one of them things that's too good to be true. Because remember, at 17 years old, I seen a man go to prison for 5 years for shooting a man that was breaking into his house. He caught the nigga running out the door with his TV and let a couple shots go. And lo and behold, he hit him below the belt. Lo and behold, he got to do 5 years. And I was in there with him. And I said, whoa. So even though this guy was dead wrong and got caught, and you was in your house with your children and your girl, you open fire and they still lock you up? Hey, he didn't want to hear. He wasn't going to tell me twice. They just showed me the paperwork. Just showed me the paperwork. Young dog, I ain't got time to be saying all that shit over and over again. Look. So since that time, even before 17 years old, I had a problem with it because I know a lot of people that got locked up for the gun. Couldn't get proved for no crime, but got locked up for the gun. And where I'm from, they tell you it's automatically 2 years. Now I think it's 5. Or should I say it's 0 to 5. But back then, it was an automatic 2 years. But I'm a totally different individual than my god brother. They say elephants got long memory. Well, I'm big like an elephant. Big and feisty. And I don't forget wrongdoing, especially when it comes to a child. Especially when it comes to a child. Now I can understand you and a person having some words and y'all threatening each other and doing all this, but when it comes from you going from that person to offspring that's actually an adolescent, younger than 18 years old, now at that point you got to be stopped. And that's what I'm here for. When we bury you, I'm going to say a prayer, and not that something bad happens to you. I'm going to pray that you rest in peace. But while you here, I'm going to break your ass down in pieces. Every time you stick your gooseneck, Darth Vader breathing ass out his hole, I'm going to put my knee on the back of your neck and make it even harder for you to breathe. Every time. And you know what type of hitters about to get ready and come for your head because you couldn't keep your mouth shut. And the sad part about it, y'all, that's what she wants. That's the sad part about it. It's exactly what she wants. She wants to be dragged. She wants more subscribers. She's an entire joke out here. Entire joke. See, King Curl don't give a damn about all that shit. I would rather stay where I'm at in subscribers, but have 100,000 views. That's where I want to be. You got a gang of people around you. Over half of them people hate you more than they like you. Especially if you spitting the truth. Because you're going to convict somebody at some time. Some people hate correction. They don't like correction. Maybe if they catch it themselves, but when somebody else do the correcting, nah, man, they like to break you down and say, well, I got this and you ain't got that. Well, I can do this and you can't do that. Well, my kid's doing this. What your kid's doing? Well, my kitchen look like this. What yours look like? I'm talking about straight up elementary school. Straight up elementary. I be sitting back looking at this shit sometimes, and I just can't. I don't get upset. I just turn to something that got total opposite to do with what I just heard that made me feel sick on the stomach. These people telling y'all what's about to get ready to happen here. They telling y'all. The news, the information is out there that they purposely waste food because they bringing on a time period where it's going to be real food shortages. Not like it was at pandemic time. Worse. That was them blueprinting what they bringing on now. The pandemic was the blueprint. And like I said, we seen who was real and who was fake when it comes to the pandemic. They ain't gonna take my... And listen, I'm not throwing no stones at you people that was deceived into getting them shots. So don't think I'm throwing stones at you. I just want you to see it as a life lesson. There were a lot of people that didn't fall for the okie doke and they did not lose their job. It was all a play on your intelligence. It was all a play to see where the power still lie. And us as a collective, we showed them that they still have the power. I had people that I gave credit for being some of the most intelligent, smartest people that I've ever met that was deceived into doing exactly what they was told to do. Do I stop being friends with those people? Do I start just pointing out things that they've done wrong in their life despite what I felt before they fell for the okie doke? No, because that would be some fake shit. That would be fake. You're not a genuine friend if your friend make a mistake, you understand, and you just bail out on them. You're not a good friend. If a friend at all. And a lot of people don't know what a good a good friend is. What being a friend is. And in case y'all don't get it, I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you. A friend don't go without telling his friend what he need to tell him. If he sees something going on, a friend is going to tell his friend. They don't give a fuck how a friend going to feel about it. If it don't look right, they going to put it on the show, on the floor. And if that friend don't like it, that friend going to address it and going to say what they feel about it. After the smoke clear, guess what? They still going to be friends. It ain't no you just cutting people off because you can't see yourself in them. Because they didn't make the same move you would have made. Because they didn't make the same decision you would have made. There is none of that when it comes to friendship. Everybody should be allowed to make mistakes. Everybody should be allowed to learn in the way which they got to learn. Who the fuck made you God and want more than God from an imperfect person? You basically saying if I ain't perfect, or if I'm not a perfect replica of what you want, I'm worth nothing to you. See, that's why I say you can keep the numbers. Okay, let's look at it through the eyes of a person waking up out the matrix. You see all those numbers, you think, ooh, this is where everybody at. Wow. More than half of that number hates the person that they're looking at, that they're visiting. More than half. I don't care how much they eat out their ass. I don't see how much they say sis or I love you. The majority of these numbers are people that don't care for the host. You can keep all that shit. It never impressed me, and it never will impress me. To have a gang of niggas with me 1 minute, and the second I do something that's not politically correct, they all turn against me. You think that's something? You get a kick out of that? You can have that shit. I don't want it. Never did want it. When I made up my mind, this is what I'm going to be doing on YouTube. This is what I'm going to be doing on Facebook. When I made up my mind about that, I knew there's no chance of you creating a big crowd over here. That's not what I crave. I crave a group of people, whether it's 2 or 3 or whether it's 200 or 300, that love the truth, even if it convicts them. That's what I crave. You want to talk about somebody want what they want? That's what I want. I won't be satisfied till I got that. And guess what? That's going to take some time. You ain't just going to know somebody right off. I ain't finished with y'all yet. Hey. What up, though, this morning? Hey. Open your heart and let me pour my love inside you. You make me feel like living and breathing again. I wanna touch you. Don't say no. Hey. No. Hey. Yeah. Hey. Oh, mercy, you make me reach my peak. Don't say no. Hey, yeah. Nobody's calling me. Don't say no. Yeah. Hey. And you are there's a party come as one. You're my star, that's what you are. Don't say no, baby, please say yeah. Say no, yeah. Let me hear you say yes, say yes, say yes, say yes, let me hear you say yes, say yeah, I ain't finished with y'all. So, one thing I always extend to myself is I invite the opportunity to be schooled. I guess y'all, a lot of people hear what I say and maybe feel like they just completely convinced because of the way I say it. But anytime anybody wants to have a conversation based on maybe something I'm not looking at right, or maybe I got wrong from their POV, I'm always open for a conversation. Always. And you ain't got to worry about getting stumped. You ain't got to worry about nobody trying to beat you up. Even if I articulate it to the point even a baby could get it and you don't. Now, a lot of times I will match energy with energy, but that depends on me waking up on the wrong side of the bed or not. If I'm on top of my game, if I'm spiritually fed correctly that week, I'm always keep it coming in a humble manner. You got to remember, when y'all see these preachers all hostile and haughty with God's word, that's not God. God loves humility. He's not a lover of haughtiness. He's not a lover of that. So when you see that, these niggas on these corners, Isaiah such and such, read. No, that's not God. That's not God. God is a God. The God you're looking for, because there's a lot of gods out here. If me and you are on the same page with each other, if you like my style, you want the God that's the God of love. You want that God. You want that God that claims to be the source of love, the source of truth, the source of what's good. That's the God you're looking for. You're not looking for the knockoffs. You're not looking for the false gods. You're looking for the one true God, the creator of heaven and earth. So that'll help you minimize, because we don't see the significance of the name. See, that's the thing they took away from us, y'all. They told us that man invented sound as well. When it comes to the true name of the Most High, it was always made known in the scripture that those who call on the name, and to this day, people think a name is a title. To this day, people think that name mean God. No, that's a title. Well, it's Lord. No, that's a title. Well, it's El. Well, that's just like you saying God. God has a name. And because these people didn't convince you, they created the name, or should I say the sound that the J makes. Their J, mind you, these people are telling us that until 400 years ago, there was no such thing of the sound that the J makes. Hey, am I articulating that right for y'all? They're telling you until 400 years ago, until they invented the J, that there was no J sound. Think about that for a minute. And then you ask yourself, so when I go way up here in the Bible and I hear that this person is Jacob and Elijah, and so what was the real sound? What was the sound it made? See, there's power in those names. All this time, y'all been listening to Elijah Muhammad, right? Guess what? Elijah means Jehovah has concealed. See, when we talk about the Hebrew name, every Hebrew name that ends or has Jah in it is a name that was a prophet or that grew up in a bloodline of a prophet that worshiped the Most High. So he say he worshiped Allah, but his name got Jehovah in it. And then they come years later, no, it means Allah. So where did J come from? Where did the Jah sound come from, son? Where it come from? With my girl there, Jah. Yeah. These people got us so dumbed down that we've been believing this forever. Okay, so it wasn't J because the J just was invented 400 years ago. So before they invented the J 400 years ago, there was no J sound. Think about that. It took 400 years to invent the sound J. Now, in every other language, you're going to see a representation for that sound. But we're talking about the English language, where they then dumbed all of us down due to their indoctrinations. These people cared about us so much with their colleges and all this stuff. Why didn't they teach us the law? Why didn't they teach us the law in elementary school and middle school? So that a lot of us will be armed and ready for pissed off police officers and people that have wronged us. Why didn't they teach us this? Why didn't they make this a curriculum in school to make sure you know your rights? Why didn't they do this? Why do you have to sign up for it in college for you to be able to understand and understand these laws and what they mean? But once again, we associate our government with the responsibility of looking out for our best interests. And it's not the government's fault that we don't know that they're not here for our best interests. They're here to govern our mind, our mental state. They're here to tell us what to do. A lot of people think they got the power. A lot of people think they doing big and bad things because they're replicating the life of somebody else. Well, this somebody else I seen, and they appear to be living real good. He got 2 boats. He got 2 condos. She got a helicopter. Okay, now this person gets into the life, and everything that he's accumulate based off another man's life. And you think that's being free will? See, that's freedom. You got the freedom to buy into their construct. You got the free will to choose whether you buy into it or not. Because as long as I see whole blocks full of homeless people, and this is just me, y'all. This just me. As long as I see blocks of people that's sick and suffering, mentally gone, because here in Detroit, y'all, we got this street called East Grand Boulevard. And up East Grand Boulevard is big old buildings and mansions, half of baby mansions and things like that, where they used to be houses for the people that can't do for themselves, that ain't got nobody. You know, they'll sign over people, and they'll make sure they there every day. They make sure they wash up and they grooming themselves right, make sure they eat 3 times a day. You know, they had those houses open right here on East Grand Boulevard in Detroit. And then they just started shutting them down. And I'm talking about they were shutting them down way before the pandemic. You start seeing a lot of these houses go from being a care facility into being a 4 apartment duplex, or into going to be a big old huge. I'm gonna ride down East Grand Boulevard for y'all and show y'all what I'm talking about. I'm gonna try to go slow motion too, so y'all can see it for what it is. Big old pretty houses, but the houses used to house, like, you know, anywhere from 10 to 20 people, you know, that live with each other, up under each other. You know what I'm saying? Like a setting where you have somebody look out for them, make sure they ain't fighting or bullying each other, you know, make sure they up at a particular time and taking care of their medical needs. And, you know, it ran like that. People that's in that field know where I'm coming from. And then they just all of a sudden start shutting them down, y'all. I guess they stopped making grants for them and everything. But that's why they was building the prisons, because they know a lot of these people are sick and they're off and they're going to do things that they shouldn't do. So they already had a plan for it. I've seen the prisons being built when I was in there. That was in the late 90s, the middle to late 90s. And I'm going to tell y'all, I seen so many. They used to say on the news that the prison was full, but I seen so many empty beds. So many. And then, y'all, if it get too crowded, you have a 2-man room, they will put another mattress on the floor in there and put a 3rd person in there. So you got 3 people in one setting with 1 toilet. A setting that's supposed to be for 2 people, and it's not really enough for that, but it's big enough. You ain't got to bump into no nigga or none of that. It's big enough for that. And then they just throw that 3rd nigga in there. If it get too crowded, they throw that 3rd nigga in there on the floor with a couple mattresses. Straight like that. They've been prepared on that side of the fence. But out here, you know, the people, they unleash these people on regular people. And if you got your head knee deep in your phone walking around today, you know, man, me and my wife on our way home yesterday, man, we seen a guy that was out there like he was still on the battlefield. Damn near in the middle of the street. aiming this invisible gun, ducking down. And see, I grew up the street over from East Grand Boulevard, so I'm familiar with you walking up on somebody and they saying, "Hey, you got some change?" And you said, "No, I ain't got no change." And they just cussing your ass, going off. And if you don't know no better, you going upside their head, but they sick. They don't even recognize they pissed off you ain't give them no change, but they can't control them what's going on in their head. They can't control it all the time from coming out. And when I realized what the person was, it took me a second. We had this McDonald's around the corner from my crib when I stayed on Jefferson. And it was a guy who used to be up there, and he just be snapping on people. And I was saying to myself, man, and this when I was a little younger. This was I was fresh out of penitentiary. I say, man, this dude come my way with that bullshit, man. I think I'm gonna slap him down, because when he do it, he's real aggressive with it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm up in McDonald's one day, and I'm just sitting back. I don't know what I was doing while I was there. I know I was eating some shit, and the dude come in, and he talking to the manager. And he say, she talking to him. She say, "You want something to eat?" He just starts snapping on her, and she was calling him by his name, like such and such. Cut that shit out. You know good and well you ain't gonna do nothing. And I sat back and I observed. I'm like, wow, she was actually able to communicate with the nigga, with him snapping off like he do with everybody else. You know what I'm saying? Everybody else like shriek back or, get all grim with him, you know what I'm saying? And she just told that nigga, and he stopped. In mid, as he was, snapping, he stopped. She's like, "Boy, cut that shit out, call him by his name. You ain't gonna do shit. Now, what you want to eat?" I said, "Hell no." And I learned, from that, like, man, you got to pause sometimes. You don't know what it is. And that lesson right there probably saved me from getting killed several times. I had a guy just come out of nowhere. I'm at the bus stop. He got on a big old, one of them long Jodeci jackets. Back in the day, one of them jean boys that they wore on that Gotta Love video. Nigga just come from behind the store, and the dude is like hella aggressive. Now, I'm not a small dude. And the guy I'm with, he's smaller than me, but he's not a small dude. And he just walk up on us extra aggressive, like, just popping off. And we looking at each other, looking at him. And for whatever reason, we just never responded to the nigga. And the nigga was talking shit to us. Now, I didn't know what was going on in my homie head, but I made sure, I looked at him like and nodded my head the first chance I got when the guy, would turn his back or whatnot. So, listen, I came up in the game. And what used to happen is when these gangs start coming to Detroit, a lot of people's initiation consists of them shooting people. So this is what popped up in my head as everything was playing out. Like, could this be one of those situations? Because there's no way. And the dude, y'all, didn't even come up to my shoulders, pretty much. So I'm like, is this one of these situations where as soon as, you reach or act like you want to do something, he just pull out that motherfucking gauge out this long little jacket he got on? So we just didn't respond. So sure enough, people coming in outside the store. We was at the bus stop. people coming in and out the stores and, see what was going on, walking past, and, so he caught the attention of somebody else, going and getting their car or whatnot. And sure enough, y'all, the nigga spent, well, not spin, but the nigga bent the corner. And when he bent the corner, his jacket flew up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So as he was like turning, just think of it like a cape. This little short nigga had on something that damn near went to his feet. And sure enough, when he spent, you can see the motherfucking glare off the goddamn sawed off gauge. Sure enough, I looked at my homie, he looked at me, and we both shaking our head like, hell no. Nah. And we didn't leave. We stayed right there. It's like you walk off somewhere in the hood that we was in and go down one of them dark streets. Shit, ain't no shit. You liable to not get found if worse come to worse. But yeah, the mental illness real, y'all. And the thing is, the thing is, y'all, it what they learned how to do was to control people's brain without actual plugs going to the brain. If you follow what I'm saying, they learned how to, because we buy into their constructs, because we accept what they give us. They literally know what we thinking before we thinking. And they may not be precise, but they always got think tanks that dictate, or should I say, study and dictate what we gonna choose, what we gonna like. And a lot of times, if we don't gravitate towards what they signal us, they send they puppets out there. Like I tell y'all, when y'all see these actors, these famous people, quit looking at them as normal people. These people belong to industries. That's why they get so much money. There's industries invested into these people. Y'all remember Shaq with the Icy Hot? They attached their puppets to different groceries and cars and, different things to consume. And then people gravitate to it. Quit looking at them as normal people. You sign up, there's certain entities that's in bed with or partnership with other entities. You may have GM and the car companies. They showing y'all that everything is tied in with each other. Like here in Michigan, I don't know about nationwide, but you had the UAW, the big three. People was striking. So right after that, it got kind of tough for the people in casinos. So they start striking. But see, if you just pay attention to what the mainstream give you, you'll miss the whole thing. The thing is that they're all tied in with each other. They're all tied into each other. And I don't care what face they give you and say, this person owns Ford, and show you this face for this person. This person owns Dodge. I don't care what face they give you, like Mark Zuckerberg owns Facebook. It's all government owned. I don't care what puppet they put in your face and say he's the owner. He came up with this business in his grandma's basement. He came up with this business in his garage because he was homeless and one of his friends let him stay in their garage. And they come up with all kind of stories to make them sound like normal people like you and I. But they not. They're puppets. They're puppets. They put in our face so we can have somebody to point at and help pretend the facade that they're real. They're not real people. And I know that hurt a lot of people because you want so bad to not know, to not understand that you live in the Matrix, but you really live in a situation where everything you think is what it is, it really ain't what it appears to be. Like they told you in the 80s when they came out with the Transformers, robots in disguise. It's more than meets the eye. You understand what I'm saying? It's a metaphor. It's a metaphor. But see, the thing about the music industry, they have an opportunity to speak out, to tell you everything to look out for, and you would associate it with just it's a good song, or just they be talking some real shit on that song. See, you got to understand the force behind those type of things can't be controlled. So those demons speak out about knowing they only got a short period of time. About knowing what they do, they know what they do is wrong. Sometimes that artists will speak out and tell you they wish they wouldn't have never got famous. They wish they would have stayed normal folk. If they can go back and do it all again, they would never ever pick up a microphone. They would never ever seek out for riches. Why would they tell us this? Because it sound good? Because it don't sound good to me. Sound like somebody's crying out. Or it sound like somebody's trying to put a big stop sign up and saying, hey, don't go. Don't go. And then you don't find out pretty much nothing. It's all government. Your music industry. Look at the construct, y'all. The construct is the same construct that their paid puppet Hitler was working on over there in Nazi Germany. Go read Mein Kampf if they give you some information in there about how his propaganda machine was a success. How they was able to listen to people's phone calls and things like that. All of that stuff is part of that construct. All of that was just a blueprint of what's going on right now if you really want to know something. See, I'm just, it makes me laugh, y'all, when I hear people say, I can't. I can't, y'all. I can't understand how we got so much intelligence, but we got so much lack of knowledge about reality and this false reality that they're putting in front of our face. It's like if a person like me still sound crazy to you at this day and time, come on now. If what I'm saying to you sound crazy now, the things that we've experienced, the things that we've seen with our own eyes, the lies that we didn't uncover together. If I still sound crazy now to you, somebody got to catch up. Because, these people literally been telling us for years the torment they going through. Literally. They've literally been telling us about the secret gangs and meeting up. For hell, one of my favorite movies was School Days. School days gave us an inside perspective on the indoctrination, the humiliation rituals that you got to go through, male and female, to belong. Take a look around you. Look at your Congress. Take a look around you. Ain't nobody running nothing in this world, not a part of some type of fraternity or secret society. What you thought? Thought I was just blowing air? Look around you. Give me the most vile gangster rapper you can think of that's mainstream, and I'm going to show you a fraternity or a secret society. Ain't no secret. The only secret is nigga act like they don't want to know. So they don't go, they you know, the second somebody start talking about this or that, they hurry up and get lost because they don't want to hear too much. That's the only secret. And I'm going to call it like it is. It's cowardice. It's cowardice. I don't know if I'm really eating antifreeze, but if I find out I really am, I'm going to be so hurt that, what, you going to die if you keep on doing it? You're going to be so hurt that you think somebody you love wouldn't do this to you? Been doing it for years. The Easter festival, y'all, is literally about orgies, about sexing, having babies 9 months to kill in a burning fire the very next Easter. You had parents sacrificing their own offspring. It's in the Bible. Putting them inside graven images that's burning hot. Listening to their own baby squeal and cry. For fame. For success. Way back when. What the hell you think going on right now?
Tell me, do I need a protest? You always keep on slowing up the progress.
I mean, come on now. Yeah, I'm a little heavy lung this morning, baby. I'm gonna make sure if I take another week off, it's gonna be enough said. Hey, let me hear a little bit of this. Say I'm off the deep end. Yeah, you reach. You better stop, you better not. Hey, I'm about to pop like rim shot. Hey, pulling my strings, just let me go. Oh, I'm about to trip, I'm about to blow. You already know what time it is, don't need a Rolex. Do you see the sign? Tell me, do I need to protest? Oh, you always keep on slowing up the progress. I'm losing nights, guess I'm going through the process. I got some things that I gotta get on my chest. Screaming through the phone like I'm trying to have a contest. Oh, you always keep on slowing up the progress. Hey.
Losing nights, guess I'm going through the process.
Hey, you gotta go through the process, baby. You got to. You're cheating yourself if you don't. Hey, man, you gotta be able to take the bitter with the sweet. You want peace of mind? Quit pointing the finger, man. Take the bitter with the sweet. Hey, I kill him. I kill him because in my worst, I still be happy. Hey. Hey, I'm gonna tell you like this here. I told one of my brothers the other day. My brother told me, he said the devil always try to mess up your blessing. The devil know I got a blessing coming my way and he want to mess it up. He won't help me mess it up. And I say, brother, you know, you got to stop looking at waking up every day like it's a given. Because it's not a given. You have people have their houses blow up. You have people have cars crash into their front room. You have people that just straight up don't wake up. So while you talking about a blessing coming from somewhere, let's look at the blessing you already got. Let's talk about that part first. You want the truth, you got to be willing to live without the lie. And I'm going to tell you like this. I didn't think I could ever live without the lie. The lie, I have benefited from the lie in so many ways that I didn't think I could ever give up the lie. I didn't think I could ever do it. Because of the lie, I was 12, 13-year-old messing around with 17 through 19-year-olds. Because of the lie. Because of the lie, I got my first job at 15 years old. I had the big body to bag it up. Because of the lie. Because of the lie, I've had the pleasure of countless women. I didn't think I can ever benefit from abandoning the lie. But I'm telling you right now today, that is something I never do on purpose. I may tell you a piece of truth because the meat of it ain't really your business. But to tell a lie, that ain't something I'm willing to do these days. Because one thing about it, the lie has one maker. The lie has a John Hancock on it. It belongs to one being. So no matter how you authenticate your lie, how you articulate your lie, you're giving praise to the father of the lie. Knowingly or unknowingly, it doesn't matter. The power still goes to the creator of that lie. And that's kind of made a little bit plainer to us in a visual aspect, because if you make a video and people use that video, what happens? You still get that same credit. You still get the views. You still get popularity. And that's what we guilty of when we tell the lie. We giving popularity to somebody that totally hates us. Never been a stranger to say he didn't that he liked us. Never said that. In fact, he used, because he's around us while we sleep, he's wide awake. He used our desires and the things that can hurt us against us. Stop looking at the crackhead the way you look at the crackhead, because you're condemning yourself. You think a crackhead would do crack if it wasn't overpowering every other sense in his being? Do you really think he would be smoking crack if it wasn't the best thing ever to him? So when you judge and throw stones at the crackhead, do you see how many you throw at yourself? The things that make you tick, the things that feel overpowering to you, may not be the crack. But it's something. And I'm hoping before long, everybody can understand this and make God that focal point, that apex point. Because right now, a lot of us is choosing to make the devil popular, to make him shine, by using all his tools that he used against us to break us down. We also use against each other to help the devil break us down. And see, you hear people, well, the devil is just an excuse. No, the devil is a living being. The devil is just a title. He has a name. But when you say Satan, the devil, those are the titles that he earned because he became a slanderer and a opposer of God. So those are the things that he's guilty of, that he does. He's an opposer and he's a slanderer. A slanderer of who? Of God, of you and I. You know, Slapper and Classic put something on my plate. They associated the story of Job with God making a bet with the devil, or the devil making a bet with God, whichever way you want to look at it. Now, I disagree to the point of view that they were looking at it, but I'm willing to say, okay, let's go along with the way you're looking at things. God made a bet with his property. The devil made a bet with his property. Who won the bet? No. How could God do that to somebody that supposed to feel like that about him and love him? Well, once again, he's God's property. Not only is he God's property from God's point of view, but he's God's property from Job's point of view. Because God forewarned Satan that he loves me. Nobody in the land loves me like this man. Damn that. So did God lose the bet? If it was a bet. No, God won the bet. So are we not going to talk about how stupid the devil was for even making a bet with the one true God? Are we going to skip that part? Are we going to skip the part where the devil was forewarned ahead of time? That no, Satan, he don't love me because of the things he've accumulated. Because the devil knew right off the bat, he don't love you. He loved the things he's accumulated. See, like I told y'all, when y'all pursue God, there's money that's going to come your way. A lot of doors that's been closed to you are going to open when you start pursuing God. These are the things that just happens. That's why I tell you I'm the brokest man in Detroit, but I never need for anything. Do y'all see the wisdom in what I'm telling y'all? I'm the brokest man in Detroit, but I don't need for anything. See, but Jesus forewarned you, where your heart is, the treasure, your treasure will be also. So whatever you treasure the most is going to come your way. So Satan automatically knew. See, when it comes to the monetary things, Satan know all that stuff belong to him. He's the god of this system. Satan thought he just automatically knew Job had been wealthy all this time, receiving the fruits of his labor, everything going right the way he purposed it, because God is his focal point. This is what happens when you truly pursue the Most High. Everything you do succeeds because you're not doing it for yourself. You're doing it for the glorification of the Most High. So everything you do succeeds. Yes, everything I put my foot forward towards in these days and time succeed, y'all. So Satan automatically knew, yeah, you think he like you, he like these $100,000, millions of dollars he's worth. Care nothing about you. He care about these things. So he was given an opportunity. The only reason he loved you is because of the things that he's got. And see, Jehovah know his heart. Yeah? Okay. Okay. You can't, you all those things you claim he loved, you can touch all those things because those things, they don't love me the way Job loved me. So Satan slowly but surely took all of that stuff away from him, even pained him, even gave him boils. And to come to find out, Jehovah was right about Job. And that's the same bet he put on us, y'all. That we love things more than we love him. We love the money more than we love him. We love the lifestyle more than we love him. The second they get taken away, they gonna curse you. They gonna curse you. And see, what made Satan the liar wasn't just merely the first lie he told. That was the ultimate lie, because he wasn't saying that merely just about Job. He was saying that about all of us. He was saying that about all of us, not just one person. He was speaking on his creation. This so-called man you want me to bow down to and serve and look out for. This is what he think about you, God. They don't really love you. And while it's sad that the majority of the world is guilty, Jehovah don't care about them numbers. He care about them twos and fews that didn't choose death. He care about the twos and fews that don't choose the lie. He choose those that's earnestly seeking him, because you got all these imitations out here and people don't know who God is and where to find him. We bear witness to the fact that God spoke, an angel spoke through the mouth of a donkey. I ain't nothing but a good for nothing slave. A sorry excuse of a good for nothing slave of Jesus Christ. Sorry excuse. But until the day that I'm no more, I'm going to point you into the direction of the Most High. And if death is what I'm going to get from doing it, I totally welcome it. I totally look forward to dying in the honor of the Most High. It will. I put it like this: if y'all ever hear something like that, he told them that he believed the Bible and they shot him upside the head. They blew his head off where you ain't see nothing but his neck. Celebrate for your boy. Don't be holding your head down saying that was wrong. No, that wasn't wrong. Celebrate, because they just gave me a guaranteed ticket to everlasting life. See, that's another thing we got to look at, y'all, when we talk about the Matrix and we talk about the real reality and the false reality. I know a lot of this stuff appears to be real. When we see people fall in death and body is consumed up with maggots and we return to the dirt that we was formed out of, right? From the original. But see, that's only a sleep. That's only a rest. I heard a person say, what if a person got ate up by a shark and several thousand different fish had a piece of him and he got thrown in the river? Well, see, all Jehovah got to do is remember you. Remember that, y'all. All he got to do is remember you, and you're here. Y'all remember Lazarus? Lazarus was sitting off in that cave, stinking for days. And Jesus told the sister he ain't doing nothing but sleeping. And the sister said, Lord, I don't know if you want to do this, but he's been there for a while, and he's for sure maggot ridden by now. Hey, Jesus Christ didn't have to go in there and touch Lazarus. Jesus Christ didn't have to do none of that. What Jesus Christ do? Stood outside the cave and called in there to Lazarus and then told Lazarus to come up out of there. Now, if Jesus Christ was given that ability as a human, as a man, can you even fathom the ability of the person or the being that sent him? Remember, they said he is the visible image of the invisible God. And remember, Jesus always prayed and he always gave credit to his God and Father. So before he told Lazarus to come up out of there, he was crying. That's why I say my Lord and Savior cried. Why was he crying? Because Lazarus was like his best friend. You a man, don't let nobody tell you you don't supposed to cry. Man, you get that. I got that good cry in the other day. Got that good cry in the other day thinking about my brother. His mother passing. And right after that, RE. And I felt some type of way. I hate death. I can't wait till it's no more. And I got that good sob in, man, and I felt better afterwards. Don't let nobody tell you it ain't healthy or it's not good for a man to get his cry in. Care what no another man or no woman say about that. If it come out, it come out. 9 times out of 10, you're going to feel better when it come out. Man, shoot. Nobody tell you that. Hey. That's a nice one right there. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I appreciate y'all coming to hang out with me. I thought I was gonna be doing all this by myself. Well, not to count my little homie out there. What up, though, C-Dub? Know you been and popped up in here if you'd have known it was going down or up. Hey, y'all, I want to say something to my little homie, too. You dig? But let me bang this right quick.
Love was so strong, it missed every beginning. Who would have thought that ever be an ending?
Hey.
We had it all. But it's like we run into a wall. Now we got a tough, but just end up fighting. Try to make it up, but there's just no denying. Just ain't the same no more. What are we putting ourselves through all this for? You talking hear me, you can't communicate, cause you're not listening. No, these are two different things. Now I see what it means to have been blinded by the one you love so deeply. The very things that made me love you, all the things pushing me your way now.
Hey!
Excuse me standing with nothing left to say. And all I could do for you, I should have done before now. In tears we stay here, there's nothing left to say. You touched my heart and were so giving, spirit felt so free. You drew me in and I felt so free. I could not see my life without you in it.
Here I come, y'all.
Love attention, somehow the feeling turned into crazy possessive. It was always there, but I didn't know if I was.
Hey, break it down for me, homie.
The words can hear me, but you can't communicate. You're not listening. No, these are two different things. Now I see what it means to have been blinded by so deep. I had my pride, girl, and you had your shame. So deep inside you wanted to have your say. Irritated, frustrated, and hurt. Baby, this is so confusing, girl. I thought this was the right thing for sure. There is things that made me know all the things pushing me your way right now. It's longer than you say. All I could do for you, I should have done before. Years we stayed here long to let
Hey.
If I ever learned, try it encourage us to find a way. There's nothing left to say.
Hey. Hey, young people. I ain't trying to be disrespectful, but I ain't heard real music in a long time. Not to say I ain't got my tools and fuse stuff that's out right now, but again, respectfully. You know, you might get somebody about 10 years older than me to say the same thing, you know. Hey. Say, hey. There's nothing left to say. Hey. That's all I'm talking about this morning, y'all. That's all I'm talking about this morning. But yeah, y'all, I've been bumping my trap. Feeling good this morning. Sun been real extra bright these last few days. I don't know if I'm going to bed way earlier, so I don't know what it is, but it's been hella bright, like blinding bright, like, you know. If y'all have that problem, please be careful while you out there driving, because it was times where I couldn't see nothing. I'm just, you know, I've been doing it for a while, you know, so my head stay on the swivel, and I do make mistakes, you know. But a couple times yesterday, I really got blinded. Like, I couldn't even look in my rear view, you know. So it's been a real powerful morning for me. I hope everything that I said that anybody can use to benefit, use it. You know what I mean? Listen, the Most High gonna look out for me, you know, when it comes to monetary things. If anything I say could be useful, any of my videos that you need to either educate me or educate somebody else, It's an open buffet. Use it. Do what you need to with it. In a negative way, you know you want to critique and things like that. I'm all for that. And if you just want to use it for an echo, maybe we resonate in the same sound wave system as one another, and you want to use it as an echo, bag you up for an ad lib, what have you. Hey, peace to you. No problem. I do this for make me feel good and hope that I can make other people feel good too. I will catch y'all in a minute. Talk to y'all a little later. I appreciate y'all's company. Pray that y'all have a real good day, man. Start looking at every day as a real good day. Everything else that come with it is a bonus, good or bad. And we wasn't here, we couldn't experience good or bad. But being that we is here, we are here together. Hey, we got to take the bitter with the sweet, baby. I know a lot of us don't like to admit we've been cool, we've been kind, and we've been fooled, but we here. Peace, y'all.